All dirt roads lead to Charlotte as we come to a close for season 15 of the DOB 410 Sprint Car Series. Tony Trapazzo up in the booth with you tonight, joined with me by my partner in crime, Mr. James Riles. And James, well, we've already seen the championship clinched, but the battle is still hot and heavy for those final two steps of the podium.
A really good one here. Like you said, Brandon Eiler has already got the championship in tow, so we're going to be looking at a battle for second. Going to put up that battle going for you there as we are already ready to grid up in your championship here. Billy Rowley with a very fast time starting out on top. Daniel Zeggers in second. In third is going to be Tyler Wilson. Top of him is going to be Mason Hannigan in fourth. Row three is going to be Vinny Sansone, Travis Oldfield. We got Jeff Stewart and Dustin Griffiths rounding out in this first heat. It should be a good one, guys. We're going to go green here very shortly, but just to talk a little bit about that, yeah, like you said, as we've got that up, very close battle for fourth. We got a battle for the top 10. It could be a good night for these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely going to, throw a monkey wrench into the works. And James, you're still going to have to take this one because, unfortunately, I am not in the session yet.
No worries. Billy Rowley's going to get them rolling here as we are going to be pretty quick to grid here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the championship race. Remember, guys, these guys do heats. They're going to do probably 4 heats here, 4 or 5 heats. Then we're going to run into a consolation race for the
looks like 3.
3, where the top 4 will advance, or they're just probably going to let everybody in for the championship. And we got a little bit of warm up, and then what do we got after that?
Then we go to the 40-lap feature here at Charlotte for the 410 sprints to bring season 15 to a close. And immediately following that, we will bring you the ground-pounding, earth-shaking beasts of the Northeast, known as the Big Block Modifieds.
Oh, yeah, these guys like to bring it double back-to-back. We love to see it. We're going to be there for you as here we're about to get rolling. Billy Rowley with Daniel Zeigers on his outside. Billy has the button whenever he hits it, and there he decides to go. Heat 1 is underway for your Dirty Old Bastards 410 Sprint Championship. Everybody lining up like we usually do see here at Charlotte. It ripping that top line right away in turn 1. Turn 2, you're going to want to get a little bit lower. That's where that advantage is, as Billy has taking it. Almost no movement in the top 3, as we do have a caution here. Vinny Sansone, who has had a rough season going on his lid. He's going to go ahead and take to the pits. Jeff Stewart as well. We're going to see what happened there. Oh, slide job gone wrong. Vinny Sansone.
Oi.
Coming up into Jeff Stewart, getting in the left rear there, and these guys going on their side. Very unfortunate start there, but they're going to have another shot, folks. Once we get
time to get the backups out.
Definitely.
You're definitely going to the backup car after that one. But, the battle right now is hot and heavy for that final transfer spot. Tyler Wilson and Travis Oldfield have been throwing haymakers at each other since the drop of the green. As pretty decent-sized field here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This located just across the street from the big oval, and as they come through 3 and 4, that's the 4-wide drag strip in the background.
Yeah, it's just a huge metroplex. And the thing about dirt here, if you've never raced it before on the Charlotte, these turns are not symmetrical. It is
they are not.
Totally different drive in and drive out from turns 1 and 2 to turns 3 and 4. I've got a lot of time, a lot of laps in here, and you just absolutely have to drive the 2 turns completely different, depending on where the track is at and where the cushion's at.
Absolutely. As the field works its way into the 3-4 complex yet again, Rowley pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. It's Mason Hannigan giving Dan Zeggers all he can handle right now. And here comes Tyler Wilson looking to the inside on Hannigan. They go through 3 and 4. Still a tough battle for that final step in the transfer directly into the A feature. Starting to get it a little sorted out right now as Travis Oldfield trying to do what he can to reel in Wilson.
Live timing settings, we'll get that in. Fix these as soon as we can. SDK having some issues with this new update they have rolling out. But Billy Rowley in control here, just had his fastest lap of the time. These 410s so powerful as we see Daniel Zeggers trying to get to the bottoms through 1 and 2. He's unable to get there. Out of 3 and 4, they're still lined up. We're going to see if he has anything for him. But Mason Hannigan back there in third, ripping that top line. But the bottom line possibly working for Daniel. We're going to see if Dan can make it happen there.
Eesh. Hannigan into the wall in 3 and 4, and he's around.
He's around. We'll see if he gets back going. It is the final lap. Oh, he gets over out by Dustin Griffiths trying to make his way through. But up front, the battle has cooled off. Billy Rowley, Dan Zeggers, and Tyler Wilson, your 1, 2, 3 finishing out the first heat race of the night. Travis Oldfield there in 4th. Dustin Griffiths in 5th. Mason Hannigan there in 6th. Jeff Stewart and Vinny Sansone, after that issue, unable to finish.
So Hannigan, Stewart, and Sansone are going to have to bring out the backup cars as not the heat race they were all hoping for. But, you and I were talking before we went live on the air that there's a couple guys in must-win situations tonight if they want to, maintain where they are in the point standings.
Definitely. A couple of those being, like I said, they're get that opened up for you.
Steinke's one of them.
Steinke and Darren Detweiler both tied for second, 170 points back. Ernie Williams really needs something to happen to get Piquel. And then Michael Sheridan and Chris Sabisky in 10th and 11th. They really need something to happen as well. As we're going to start out this second heat with Kevin Click and Braden Eiler up front. Row 2 is going to be Joshua Steinke and Rusty Ruger. Then we got Brett Strickler and Dakota Kuhn. Next up is Craig Laudermilch. And then row 4, Tyson Landis starting on the outside. Going to have a lot of work to do here in this first heat.
Absolutely. Looks like the only one we're waiting on is Kuhn right now. And he is not going to make the call. Could not get that car fired off in time. So, up on the front row, starting on the outside, is your champion incarnate of Braden Eiler in the 5 there. So keep your eye on him because he's already won the battle, or already won the war. You know as well as I do, he'd love to win the battle as well. 4 wins on the season here tonight in a feature competition. So put a 5th one to crown the season off. You know he'd love to do that. But Kevin Click might have something else to say about it. Same with Steinke, as both those guys have been pretty strong all season. Rusty Kruger hasn't been with us most of the season, but Kruger, never count him out whenever he shows up. He and Eiler at one point were the 2 members of the Black Bumper Brigade, or pro-licensed dirt drivers here in iRacing. As the pace truck is in, Click can fire off anytime he chooses to between the entrance of 3 and the exit of 4. Gets it pointed straight, pulls the trigger, and immediately gets into Eiler. Eiler goes around him on the high side. Eiler rim riding right now. As Click tries to throw the slide job, they haul it down the back straightaway.
What a statement, getting into Eiler right in the beginning. He says, I'm not scared of you, champ. I'm coming out here for my races. They're in the back. Rusty Kirker and Brett Stickler battling for that final transfer position. As you see those times come in, Eiler showing why he is the champion, getting a huge run on that top line. He's going to take the lead early on in the heat, and later on down the back, we got a close battle between Click and Steinke in second.
Absolutely. As Steinke would love nothing more than to get those extra points from going into the 6-gun shootout tonight. Top two finishers in each heat race are going to go into a little bit of a shootout before the A feature to determine the starting spots in the A main. as Click and Steinke in lockstep right now for second.
Yeah, that UDTV of Joshua Steinke's looking real good on the bottom, but the top line able to hold up for the most part. Slide job by Steinke. Kevin Click now has to adjust. He's going to throw it back. Slide job coming back to it. Unable to get high enough into Steinke, but that just enough got him off his game. Slide job round 2 as we are trading shots here already. Heat 2 on lap 7. Only 1 lap to go once they get to the flag stand here, and these guys are not giving up. What a battle we have here for second place.
Absolutely. And if you're breathing and you're not on the edge of your seat right now, folks, you don't have a pulse. As white flag in the air coming to the checkers. Eiler jumps the cushion in 3 and 4, able to hang on though. Second place goes to Click.
There it is, as Eiler.
1/1000th of a second separating the two of the guys.
There we go. We'll throw up our results for the last round of events. That was Eiler, Click, Steinke, and Kruger in your top 4. Then it's going to be Landis, Strickler, Lander, Milch, and Kuhn heading to the feature, or the B feature, trying to race their way in. Well, now we got the other driver that really needs a win here tonight, really battling, is Joshua Piquel. It's a pretty fast time, putting him on the pole for your third heat race of the night. Ton is outside. It's going to be Kevin Hanley, and then row 2, Alec Berninski and Ernie Williams Jr. Row 3 is going to be Darren Detweiler, the double D in the deuce. And the trace
currently tied for second double D in the trips.
Yes, sir. As we got Chris Roberts on the outside, row 3. Then Bill Fletcher trying to make his way to the car, get that thing push started and out on the track. We'll see if he's going to make it. Either way, we're going to be racing here shortly, folks. Again, let us know. We do keep an eye on the Facebook. Let us know, or I'm sorry, the YouTube, who you are rooting for. We will get. Yeah, I know, right? We will give those guys out. I like to give those guys some more screen time if they got some fans out there. So let us know who you're cheering for. We want to see it, as Bill Fletcher was able to get in the session. Let's go racing, boys.
So heat race number 3 rolling off right now. Piquel and Hanley on the front row. We're getting ready to turn these guys loose again. 8 laps, top 4 transfer directly into the A main. Everybody else going to be running alphabet soup, or if you prefer, the Consi, because there is only going to be one consolation race here tonight with the number of cars that have shown up.
If that.
I'm looking at this. We should see
16 plus 7. That'll be 20.
Yeah,
20 cars.
they only take 20, I think, into the A feature. So lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing, as the field works its way down the back straightaway. Piquel on the low side in the 33, that orange and black car, gonna have the button, and he can fire anytime between the entrance of 3 and the exit of 4. You know he's gonna wait till he can get it pointed straight. There he goes, drops the hammer, and we are underway for heat race number 3, as we got one blinking badly already.
Yeah,
I believe that was Cerniski.
Yeah, Cerniski having a little bit of trouble, but look at that top line able to rip. Ernie Williams Jr. trying to slip by Kevin Hanley here to see if he can get the 3 wide at Charlotte.
Good grief.
Oh, gets in the wall too hard. Bad touch. Oh, and Bill Fletcher gets into it with, Ernie Williams Jr. and Darren Detweiler. Ooh, that is not what the double D wanted to see. Luckily, he's able to get that thing rolling again. No yellow, no caution, folks. We're still racing. Joshua Piquel, Alex Cerniski going at it 1 and 2. Kevin Hanley, Chris Roberts sitting there comfortably in 4th. As we got another bunch of haymakers being thrown by our leaders, Alex Cerniski and Joshua Piquel. Geez, I don't have enough time to talk about how amazing this racing has been.
Oh, absolutely. That's the one thing I love about this track, is it always leads to multi-groove, slide jobs after slide jobs after slide jobs happening. But, that was one of the things we were talking about before we went live on the air. We were talking with Darren Detweiler. He goes, I feel pretty good going in tonight, which means I'm probably going to biff it in the heat race. And, well, unfortunately, he had help biffing it in the heat race.
Yeah, definitely. Luckily, he doesn't have too much to do. If they do have the B main, I'm not worried about it. Not worried about Darren Detweiler. Not worried about any of these guys be able to make it through the field. As we've seen, they have the speed. As Suninsky's still having some ghosting issues, but Joshua Piquel trying to show Kevin Hanley the business. He's on the bottom line, ripping through 3 and 4.
Absolutely.
1 and 2. Sorry, there we go.
Those guys are in lockstep in 3 and 4 right now. Piquel throws the slide job on Hanley. Hanley comes right back on him and does it in 1 and 2. And that's going to do it as Piquel was able to hang on for second, Hanley in third, Roberts coming out in fourth. Of course, Alex Straczynski winning heat race number 3. And you were correct, sir. I apologize. We are skipping the Consi.
There we go. So we're going to give these guys a little bit of a warm-up here. They're going to be able to get out, work the track in, and I don't know if they're going to do the shootout, but if they do, tell me about it.
Well, if they do the shootout, they're going to take the top 2 finishers from each of the heat races, and they are going to put them into a redraw situation, and then a little bit of a friendly competition to determine who's going to be starting where in the A feature. But while we were waiting for them to get that figured out, what do you say we step away and pay a couple bills hearing from our good friends over at Red Cat?
Let's do it. I'm right there with you. Stick around, folks. All right, folks, checking in on the warm-up. They are doing a shootout top 8. Where they finish in this shootout is where they're going to finish here. Catching a little bit of some extra racing action. Up front, of course, it's Braden Eiler leading us around. Daniel Zeiger's there in second.
Oh! Eiler just ate a powdered donut.
Oof. That's not going to be helpful. Going to give Zegers the lead here on the warm-up race. The extra action for you racing. Checkered flag is out. There we go. Don't pay attention to that warm-up lineup. That is not where they're going to finish. I believe it was Zegers, Piquel, Rowley. I don't know. Find out later. But folks, we do appreciate you sticking around through that break. You're going to do some dirt racing of your own with the RC cars. That is the way to do it. Red Cat, one of the hobby grade RC cars that you can buy on a budget. We love to support them. I know I've got one. I know Tony has a couple as well, correct?
I've got a Gen 7. that I'm currently modifying, shall we say.
Ooh.
Yes, it's a great platform, and I happen to have found a 32 Ford Victoria body that fits the chassis, and I'm planning on turning it into a mud rail.
There you go.
Like class, I believe the NMRO calls it a class 5 because I can't find paddle tires in the right size that I want.
Nice.
So I'm using cut crawler tires.
Like it. So if you want to get in the hobby, man, Red Cat is the way to go. So just going to put up these standings one more time just so y'all can see what we got going on. Of course, Brandon Eiler, unless a glitch in the Matrix happens and we hit an apocalypse, he is going to be your champion in the 410s. Then the double D of Darren Detweiler in second with Joshua Steinke. Put up the grid, if it'll let me, for the, yeah, of course it's not. We'll see that once we get there. But these guys are going to be lockstep. You hear us say it all the time. They're going to be right there together. Of course, Joshua Piquel there in fourth. Take a look at his machine. Joshua having a really good run throughout the season in that DOB 33. We got Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91, and Chris Roberts not too far back in sixth. He could steal fifth here if he has a good run. Which we talked to him earlier, and he did feel like he has a setup for it. We'll see. And then don't forget about Michael Sheridan there in the back. He can steal a couple spots here as well. Chris Sabisky, don't believe he's in tonight. So a couple of these spots are up for grabs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's still a lot of racing left to do here. As I believe we have clicked over, and yes, they are starting to grid up for the A feature. We are going to actually start back in row number 5. That is going to give us Kevin Hanley and Travis Oldfield starting 9th and 10th. Row 6 gives us Rusty Kruger and Chris Roberts. Dustin Griffiths and Tyson Landis in row number 7. Row 8, Ernie Williams Jr. and Mason Hannigan. Row 9 goes to Brett Strickler and Darren Detweiler, Vinny Sansoni, and Craig Laudermilk in row number 10. Row 11 goes to Bill Fletcher and Jeff Stewart, and starting shotgun on the field in the 95, Dakota Kuhn for the 23rd starting position. As soon as they get rolling, we will have a definite order on the front of the field here, and we will give them to you as soon as we get them sorted out.
Yeah, I love what these guys do. They come out and have that little extra race, just like your regular dirt track would, to go ahead and that works the track in a little bit more. Also gives them an opportunity to feel what the track is like after the water truck comes out and resets it.
And it did not reset it tonight. They did not farm the track at all.
That's going to be fun. We're going to see a highline heavy track here in 1 and 2 for sure. See how that transitions, as it will build a little bit of a cushion as we go.
So up on the front row, we got Dan Zeggers and Josh Piquel, Kevin Click and Cerninski in row 2. Row 3 goes to Braden Eiler and Billy Rowley, Jeff Steinke, and Tyler Wilson in row number 4. As the field works its way down the back straightaway, pace truck peels on off in the middle of the backstretch. Zegger's going to have the button. The only thing that's left to do, ladies and gentlemen, say it with me one final time this season, is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, and get ready to rock and roll, because race fans, it's showtime!
Showtime it is. Daniel Zeggers taking a early lead. Kevin Click getting up behind him. Joshua Piquel going to be in third, trying that bottom line out. It's not working for him. Oh no, that is not what Steinke needed. Big checkup through the field here as we're going to keep it green.
Blasted the outside wall.
Ooh.
And he's still rocking.
Cerninski. Ooh, I don't think he's going to be able to get it going.
Cerninski's in the track.
Yep, that's not going to work for him. Let's see what happened. He was the first to go around, but I believe that started with Steinke. Try.
Well,
there.
no, it looked like Eiler gave him the chrome horn, and he just ate it going down the front straightaway. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, it started in 3 and 4. Eiler gave him the chrome horn, and snap, see ya, bye.
Yeah, that was on the restart. Watch Brandon Eiler here coming around, trying to get as high as possible, and then just the slow, just not fast enough for Eiler. Very unfortunate for Cerniski's. Causes a huge checkup. Some fans going home with a piece of that wing, I'm sure.
Piece of the front wing, piece of the chassis.
So I am hearing from race control, Braden Eiler did take that caution. So he is going to go to the back of the line. He's got a lot of work to do. He's going to let these guys up front battle it out. Kevin Click, Josh Piquel, and Bill Rowley, your top three. Tyler Wilson sitting back there in fourth on the single file restart.
Yeah, absolutely. As these guys get ready to fire it off one more time, Zegger's going to have the button as the field works its way into the 3-4 complex. He can fire anytime between the entrance of 3 and the exit of 4. Gets it pointed straight, pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. And here we go. Battle for third, hot and heavy, and it looks like Piquel on the low side making it happen there.
Yeah, that's going to work for now, but that top line is going to be dominant on the run. We've seen that all day.
Boy!
Zeggers, we saw another car get in the wall and just slow down. The momentum's so huge in these 410s. Who's that coming up the bottom?
That is the 110 of Hanley.
Hanley in the yellow machine, making his way around.
Good grief.
It gives and it takes away. Huge check up there on the bottom. That's going to put him a little bit back. Tyler Wilson leading around this group of Hornets. He's got Zeggers behind him. Kruger as well. Up front, Kevin Click stepping it out, using that fresh air to his advantage. Behind him, Piquel trying the bottom line, but he better watch out. Rowley's got a huge head of momentum coming up on the high line.
I'm liking what Piquel's doing because he's if you notice, just before you get to the cushion on the high side, it's slicker than snot right now down there. And if you look, there's still some grip on that very bottom of the track. And Piquel's able to use it right now to his advantage. Now, granted, Click being able to put it on the cushion as he wants to, he's able to just go. But I'm thinking the further we go, and we're back under yellow. Sansoni.
Yeah.
Oh. And Detweiler. Oh, that's not what Double D needed.
Yeah, 4 wide, not going to work out too well here.
Well, Doc, the last thing I remember was Dirt Sky, Dirt Sky, Dirt Sky, Pretty Paramedic.
Yeah, Darren
Holy
Detweiler
cow.
tied for second with Steinke. That's not what he wanted to see. Luckily, Steinke now running 9th. He'll be able, if he can get that thing fired back up and back out on the track, laps do not count under caution. So it's going to be close. See if he can get back out there. And then just checking in on our leaders, Piquel. Another one who, once we find him there, he's in second place right now behind Click. So these points going to be huge for him, as this battle for second is now been busted wide open. Ernie Williams Jr. there in 5th. Pretty happy with his spot in 12th, you got to think, with Chris Roberts the only one that can affect him.
Right. I mean, you got to figure that, Piquel is going to have big points tonight because he finished second in his heat race. So there's points paying there. And then there's also points paying in the A feature. So
Yeah,
You know, this
Steinke as
is
well. Another Darren Detweiler did not have a good heat. Got put out early.
right.
Steinke had a good one, so you got to think Darren is trying his hardest to get that thing out there. Otherwise, he's going to lose a bucket of positions, as we are one to go
Well,
here.
with as many times as that car went over, we're already back to green.
Oh, I'm not live. There we go.
Yeah, I wasn't live either, so don't feel bad.
As
But
we got green. Kevin Click stepping it out. Got about a 0.8 second gap on Joshua Piquel. Billy Rowley there running the top side as Piquel is married to that bottom right now, and I don't blame him. What do we got? Tyler Wilson. Thing hasn't stopped yet. There he goes. Steinke involved.
Oh, good grief. So that started with the 42 and Zeggers getting into it.
Looks like Steinke was just wrong place, wrong time there.
Oh, man. That hurt just to watch.
We're going to try and catch it here.
Yes. Wilson got into the 8 and just got hooked up the track. And Steinke just absolutely nowhere to go. Wall to the face.
Oof.
And you can see the entire hood section and front wing on Wilson's car gone. Same thing with Detweiler. Detweiler is back out there.
That's going to be good for him because Steinke having issues there. Now Piquel in a really good position. You got to think he's happy with whatever comes his way. As he's in second, Billy Rowley all over his back bumper on the restart. Travis Oldfield not too far behind. Because we're going to see if that bottom line is going away or not. But Rowley and Oldfield are battling for third while trying to make the pass for second.
There you go. Rowley up into second, and Piquel, he bet wrong on that low line as it's not holding up. Rowley's going to get the run off of 4 as the middle of 3 and 4 is just nothing but an ice rink right now.
Definitely, and looking back, look at Braden Eiler and how he is coming through the field. He went to the get back on EOL, now sitting in 10th, trying to rip that high line. The high line does not have the cushion it needs to be reckless with it. You got to be very careful as Piquel falling back.
The cushion's on the wall.
Yeah, it's you're bumping the tire if you're not careful about it. Is what we're talking about, folks. If you're not familiar with that dirt track racing, all that dirt that these guys are throwing up has to go somewhere.
Hannigan gets it wrong.
Able to keep it going. Arnie Williams Jr. back there. That's going to give Braden Eiler 9th. But that cushion is where all that dirt goes. All that loose gravel, loose dirt goes up there to the top, and that's where you can really find some grip if you can get there. As Kevin Click is gone, but Oldfield and Rowley now.
Rowley is just completely wearing the Hoosier off that right rear. As now they switch spots, Oldfield to the top, Rowley to the middle line. As we are getting ready to put 18 in the books. Click, Oldfield, Rowley. Piquel currently running in 4th. You got to think he's got to be happy with how good this points night currently is, with Detweiler sitting in 19th, a couple laps down.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm Joshua Piquel, I'm thinking I'm trying to stay out of all this crap. You guys get by me if you have to, but Detweiler's a lap down. Really no way to get those laps back. Not going to do wave arounds on a dirt track. They might give him the benefit of the doubt just because of the points battle here. But, man, Joshua Piquel trying to stay out of everybody's way. Got to think the crew chief is letting him know where he's sitting in the points, because that is what is important here, folks. That's where the payout is. As we got 4 wide. Kruger, Piquel, Roberts, another one who really has to have a good race here. Let's throw a blanket over these guys. Man,
Absolutely.
what a battle for 10.
Good grief. And we're back under caution. Dan Zegers.
Yeah, Zegers bringing it down. Oh, the number 9 getting hard into the 8. That was not Zegers at all. That was Dustin Griffiths.
Part of that was
Zegers.
Zegers.
Let's see. Let me get back here.
Zegers went down and the 9 went up. They just had a meeting of the mind between Zegers and Griffiths. And it's basic physics, folks. Two solid objects cannot occupy the same moment in the space-time continuum.
Yes, we just saw. Very unfortunate for Zegers and Griffiths there. Both of them able to get it going, but I think Zegers is done. Griffiths is for sure done. Zegers possibly in that thing to the.
And they're putting this one on Griffiths.
Yeah, Kevin Click. He wants to see this thing go green because he is putting on a show, getting a huge advantage on the restart. See if he can do the same thing here. With 15 laps to go here left in the feature, folks. 15 laps of action-packed racing. 14 seconds lap, blink and it's over. Don't go anywhere else, folks.
You're not wrong. Now, this is actually going to help Detweiler if we do get some green flag action, because that's going to move him. If Griffiths and Zegers can't get those cars fixed in time, as the lights go out on the pace truck, here we go, we're back to green. That's going to move him in front of Griffiths and Zegers, so it's better news for Detweiler. Not the greatest news he could hope for.
Talk about guys making a move. Braden Eiler went from the front to the back to the front. He's in third place behind Click and Oilfield. Absolutely on a mission. I don't think he was at fault for that caution at first. I think he just called it so he can have some fun and work through the field. As he's now sitting in fourth. Strickler putting the move on him. Back behind him, Rowley and Hanley. Oh, getting hard into the wall. That's going to slow that momentum down. And that's what we're seeing, folks. Once that momentum slows down, these whole bunch of Hornets have to slow down. And it's hard to slow down something with that much horsepower.
Yeah, especially considering that there's no transmission in these cars. So once you're going, you're going. As Eiler gets up into third, but the battle right now is behind him. Strickler's up 13 spots, sitting in fourth. And then you've got that pack of angry Hornets, or pack of wolves, if you will. You got Hanley, Rowley, Roberts, Hannigan, and Piquel. Just throw a blanket over those guys. Kruger's there as well. Ernie Williams making a good recovery drive, getting back up in there.
Look at Chris Roberts in the middle of this thing. I think Piquel just wants to get out of it. There's no safe spot on the track. But Roberts really has to have a good finishing here for points, and he is showing that he can. He's currently in seventh. Sixth in the standings, 22 behind Ernie Williams Jr., who is having not a great show there in 12th. So if it stops right now, Roberts really has to get moving. He did not have a good finish either in his heat.
Battle for second starting to get hot and heavy between Oldfield and Eiler as they throw it into turn 3. Eiler going to throw the slide job. Oldfield going to cross him over, coming off of 4 and get the better drive, getting down into that loamy stuff that's still there on the bottom of 3 and 4. Eiler, though, beating the Hoosier off the right rear of that car, and it looks like he's missing his front wing as well, so that can't be helping matters.
Yeah, that's going to make that is exceptionally loose, and that's going to affect his turn-in as well. So really driving with the throttle a little more than usual now, as he is going to be running here, but it doesn't seem to be hurting him any. Maybe even helping him, making it a little bit faster without all that air resistance, as he can drive this thing pretty much like a non-winged sprint at this point.
Yeah, but that's not what you want to do in a winged sprint car race.
You
like
tell that to Brandon Eiler, who's up through the field twice.
Well, driving a non-winged sprint car in a winged sprint car race is like showing up to a gunfight with a pea shooter.
Well, yeah, man, he's he's making it work for sure. As I believe that one, we are under caution
Ernie Williams
once more.
Jr.
Ooh, that is huge.
Just got into that slick stuff, and around she went.
Joshua Piquel.
Billy Rowley screaming that he's going to fire his crew chief. This thing's a turd.
Where Michael Sheridan is. He's even in the race.
He is not.
Chris Sabisky not here tonight. Richie Preston, I'm not hearing his name.
Nope.
Benny Sansone, I believe.
Was having problems earlier. He's currently running in 11th. Pace truck is in. Click has the button as the field works its way through 3 and 4. Oldfield was trying to push the envelope there and almost got into Click. Eiler, though, all over his tail tank now as they got him bunched back up. Click, though, showing the way as Eiler throws a slide job. Oh, gets into Oldfield. Going to lose a ton of momentum. He's going to lose a couple of spots as Strickler and Krug both get by him.
Chris Roberts involved in something there. I believe that was Billy Rowley who, once the checkup happened, he was unable to do anything about it. So Braden Eiler's going to fall back to 5th after the slide job gone wrong on Oldfield. Oldfield going to be catching Kevin Click. This is Kevin Click's worst restart so far as getting distance.
Well, you got to figure Click didn't have Eiler right there to pressure him, and that's where Click was really making the headway. We're back under caution.
Oh, that's going to be overtime, folks.
Braden Eiler.
I believe. Make sure.
Yes, we are going to go with a single green-white checker. And Eiler got into the wall in 1 and 2. Oh, he went over the tire of Hanley. Or Hannigan, sorry. Got into the right rear of Kevin Hannigan. Or Mason Hannigan, I'm sorry. And just ate that turn 2 wall. Good grief. Well, good news is, Braden, you already clinched the championship, so that's not going to hurt too much.
A little bit of victory lap. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We're gonna check that out again. I want to see. Man, and you were right. Having a front wing definitely would have helped him out in his the incident that led to that, which was when he got into the slide job on that restart lap. Definitely would have helped him to have some extra downforce on those front tires, as that was all driver ability that kept him from turning that thing around, as you saw just how easy it was for him to pull a 360 for fun.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, that's the beauty of this car, is it's so easy to launch the front wheels too if you know what you're doing. As here we go, the only attempt we're going to get at a green-white checker. Green flag is in the air. Click pulls the trigger. Oldfield has a mile to get it done.
There he goes. Oldfield behind Kevin Click. Gets a very good restart behind him. Strickler and Hannigan battling it out. But we're going to keep an eye on our leaders as a white flag is in the air. Kevin Click and Oldfield trying to make something happen. Oh, Oldfield slips up there trying to get to the bottom. He's going for the huge slide job. Sets it up perfectly. What's he going to do?
Oh, Click ate the wall.
Click in the wall. Give it to Oldfield. Taking the win in the final race of the 410 Sprint Series here at Dirty Old Bastards. What a finish.
Absolutely. Is Strickler up 14 spots, coming home with the final step of the podium. Click led the most laps. Unfortunately, just could not close the deal. As we are just waiting for the 4 people we need to talk to get into the Discord server.
Look at this setup by Travis Oldfield, folks. This is how you do it. I thought he had actually made a mistake. Out of one, slows
Yep.
down huge to dive down as close. Or I'm sorry, out of 3 and 4, slows down to set it up.
James, hold on a second. For some reason, we were in the wrong booth.
Oh, there we go. But slows down, gets to the bottom, is able to set that slide job up perfectly, but you got to think Click could have made something happen there if he wouldn't have gotten
If he
the
hadn't
wall.
eaten concrete going through 3 and 4, he would have had it. Just
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was quite a finish. Look at Travis Oldfield giving her the old flipperoo here as he is going to take it home. We're going to run through our results real quick before we get you guys in here, at least the top 10. We have, of course, Travis Oldfield, Kevin Click, Brett Strickler, your 1, 2, 3. We're going to talk to them very shortly. Mason Hannigan, Kevin Hanley, Vinny Sansone, Tyson Landis, Dakota Kuhn, Laney, Ernie Williams Jr., Jeff Stewart, your top 10. Top 20 is going to be Piquel, Roberts, Kruger, Lander Milch, and Braden Eiler finishing 15th. 16th, the Double D, Darren Detweiler, Billy Rowley, Dustin Griffiths, Daniel Zeigers, Tyler Wilson, Joshua Steinke, and Alec Cerninsky. Guys, we're probably not going to have the points for you. They do have drops, but based on that wild
as soon as I get notified as to what's happening there, we will try to give you notification before we go off the air if we can make that happen for you. But joining us now, made the move when it counted for everything, coming home tonight with the victory here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Travis Oldfield, congratulations.
Thank you. That was a hard-fought race.
Absolutely. Talk us through just what was going on with traffic. You know, we saw you and Eiler just throwing just right crosses at each other for about 15 laps there. And then that final restart, you almost got into Click coming off of 4.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Eiler is just that fast on the top. You know, I've had 3 second places in a row with these guys, so when Eiler caught me out, I was not going to give it up. But I don't know what he does on the top, but he's just so fast on the top.
Well, you were fast on the top tonight yourself, just wearing the Hoosier off that right rear tire with how high that cushion was running. How sketchy was it up there?
Yeah, you can ask my teammates that were in the Discord with me. It was very sketchy. I kept saying it the whole race, just how sketchy it was.
Well, Travis, probably not the season you were hoping for as a whole, but you finally got that monkey off your back. You got your win this season. Congratulations on that. Who do you need to thank?
Yeah, thank you. I got to thank all my sponsors that help out my team. I got to thank Rowdy Energy, Ritz Motorsports Photography, Vanderpool Construction, AAA Designs for the sexy car, Jack's Wax, and Speed Shop 51 setups for the amazing setups.
All right, Travis, again, congratulations. You're going to be joining us for the Big Block feature next.
Probably not. I got to get off for tonight.
All right. Well, Travis, it's been a great season. Good knowing you. Best of luck to you in season 16.
All right, thank you.
So that was our winner here tonight. Joining me now is the man that got robbed on the final lap, final corner, if anything. Kevin Click, you won almost from pillar to post. Just got a little too hot into 3. Talk us through what you saw.
Yeah, there's no getting robbed. I stepped on it right there, getting into 3 and 4. So, you know, you can blame the last couple restarts there, but you know, I'm the one behind the steering wheel, and you got to drive it through 3 and 4 to get to the checkered flag, and I didn't do that today. So, congrats to Oldfield. He was there to capitalize when it counted the most, and got the win. So, but you know, had this thing hooked up amazingly tonight. So, probably the best I've felt in a DOB super slick track like this. Especially this place has always seemed to be you know, a place that I struggled at, and tonight, I think I finally got a handle on it, and I've never dominated a DOB race like that, and kind of gutted to throw it away on the last corner, but it is what it is. You got to drive it, and I wasn't able to do that tonight, so that was a good run though. Pretty happy with the results, finishing second at least. But would like to get that win.
Well, do you want the good news now, Kevin?
Go ahead.
With the race that you just had tonight, with the heat race and the A feature run that you just took part of, you just went to 10th in points.
All right, top 10. And I think I missed quite a few races there.
Right.
Anytime that you can come out with the, this quality field. I mean, we got the guy that won the, last iRacing World Championship race in here in this field, and a couple other World Championships caliber drivers in this field. And anytime you can come out here and run anywhere in the top 5 against these guys, you're doing something right. So definitely headed in the right direction, and hope to get out there and win some races in next season here.
Absolutely. Kevin, who do you need to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I got to thank everybody at Brent Mark Sim Team. Got to thank M&M Painting and Construction, K1 Race Gear, Wicked Cushion, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, Wolf Run Landscaping. And thank you to you guys for putting on the broadcast, and thanks for DOB for putting on the league. Definitely appreciate everything that Chris Roberts does. And look forward to many more years of running. So.
All right, Kevin, if we don't see you in the big block race next, best of luck to you in season 16 for the DOB 410s.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So that was our second place, Kevin Click. And joining us now is the man who rounded out the podium, biggest mover of the event, Brett Strickler. And Brett, you were in a hornet's nest all night long.
Yeah, I honestly I wouldn't have had it any other way. It was actually a ton of fun. So, I mean, we came out in one piece and ended up on a podium, so it's pretty cool.
Talk us through how difficult it was to pass here tonight.
Well, I think I was maybe a little more advantaged than a lot of people. I mean, obviously you got Braden and Mason and Click and Oldfield. They were all pounding the top, and I leaned on my crew chief Dakota Kuhn, gave me something that I could roll through the middle with, and honestly, I think that's where I got a lot of my ground. Everybody would get checked up on the top, and I'd pick off 1, 2, 3 cars every time we'd have a restart. So I don't know. I thought it was a pretty racy surface for the most part.
Well, you definitely were racing hard tonight. You were 3 and 4 wide most of the night. How sketchy could that have felt to you at times?
It was it had me a little nervous. I only run a single monitor, so I'm constantly clicking left and right to see who's beside me, who's not beside me. More often than not, I'll click left or right, and I'll see a car before the spotter even says outside or inside. So, yeah, you just got to be up on the wheel, up on your toes, make sure you know what's going on around you, or else you're going to take guys out.
All right. Well, Brett, before we let you go, who do you need to thank for tonight?
Big shout out to my my crew chief for the night, Dakota Kuhn. I think he ended up somewhere outside the top 10, but
7th.
Yeah. Oh, he ended up in top 10. So yeah, he kind of let me a setup. We're friends in real life, so come iRacing, we start putting some fun things in here, and we're just here to go cartoon racing and have some fun.
All right, Brett, we'll see you next season 16 of the 410 DOB sprint cars.
Thanks, guys.
And now the man of the hour, not the race you were hoping for, but all things considered, you put a cap on this season, Braden Eiler. Congratulations on the season 15 410 DOB Wing Sprint Car Championship.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a while since I got a league championship. I haven't really ran for points in anything in a while. So, being 2-time here, feels pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. You had one of the most dominant seasons I think we've ever seen in any series in all the years that we've been broadcasting iRacing races.
Yeah, we were pretty quick. I think after the first tire model update, I was struggling a little bit personally, just because cars weren't right, but then they fixed everything, and now cars feel for the most part better, other than the little mishaps that they have in them. But yeah, tonight we were just trying to get a little bit of R&D for the Outlaws and see what works and what didn't. The car to me felt better after I lost the front wing. The only downfall is I just couldn't throw a slider because I hit the little patch of grip on the cushion and it just shoved the front nose.
Well, it's safe to assume that you're going to be going after the black bumper for next season.
The black bumper?
Pro license.
Ah, maybe. I don't know. I think this year was my third or fourth season in the Outlaws, and depending on what happens next year, I may or may not stay in it. I'm not sure.
Well, Braden, the floor is yours. Who do you need to thank for this season?
Yes, everybody elbows up. AJ, Billy, everybody in Discord that ran with us tonight. For putting in the work, trying to figure things out. Wicked Brands, Wicked Cushion, Flow Racing, BS Airlines, Jessup Logistics, Dano Seasoning, Hergot Real Estate, Roofco Indy, everybody else that supports us, and I appreciate Chris for putting the league on, and you guys for broadcasting all season.
Well, Braden, you guys gave us some good action to talk about all season long. Best of luck to you in season 16 of the DOB 410 Wing Sprint Cars, and best of luck to you if you decide to continue with the Outlaws.
Yeah, thanks. I enjoy this league. It's usually relaxing, and that's what I like. Is just something that you can come in, have fun, run, and not have to worry about being at the top of your game every single week.
Well, you definitely showed that the Pennsylvania posse knows how to drive sprint cars, and looking forward to seeing what you can do in the future, sir.
Hey, thank you.
So that was our season 15 champion, Braden Eiler, as we are going to step away real quick and pay some bills, as I'm hearing the big block starting to warm up in the pits.
Yes, sir. We're going to take a look at, we talked about crawlers earlier, so take a look at this Red Cat Marksman 1/8 style crawler, out of the box, ready to run. You guys are going to see it here. All right, folks, we are here for now the Big Block Championship race. So if you are excited about that, I know I am. We're only going to be running one heat race here, folks, to get them inverted, to get them in, and we are at Charlotte in the same track.
We are definitely at Charlotte, but they have farmed the track between the 410s and the big blocks hitting it for this heat race. Jeff Sharp, Zach Bardsreet going to start up on row number 1. Josh Backel and Kevin Hanley going to roll off in row 2. Hanley getting the Red Cat Quick Time Award. Josh Backel clinching the championship by just showing up here tonight. Darren Detweiler and Scott Fenstermaker are going to roll off in row 3. Row 4 is going to see Craig Laudermilk and Kyle Stoltz, Chris Roberts, and Tyson Landis starting shotgun on the field. We have all 10 cars on track, and we are going to see 10 laps for a heat race to figure out the starting order of the A feature.
And as for points go, as the guys racing for a championship, as you said, Joshua Piquel has locked in his championship here. The only ones really in jeopardy, Kyle Stoltz has got a chance to catch Zachary Bardsley here for third overall, and then Scott Fenstermaker has a chance to catch Darren Detweiler in That's going to be 5th position. Then later on, Eric Tupper has to hold off Hannigan, which it looks like neither of those folks are in there. So that's going to be an easy one. A lot of points to pick up here. And, folks, as we're about to get rolling here, same rules as before. Everything leader is going to have the opportunity to fire. Again, this is only a heat race. Pin race. Where they finish is where they start, folks.
Absolutely. You know, you want to start up front because we saw it in the previous race. If you start up front, you get into that clean air. You can put the car wherever you want to put it on the track, as far as on the cushion or down into the loamy stuff, whatever you want to have happen. As Sharp going to have the buttons, the field works its way into 3 and 4 to fire off for the one and only heat race tonight. He fires. Green flag is out. We are underway as Hanley and Piquel already going after each other. And here comes Detweiler.
Darren Detweiler taking the bottom line while he can, trying to get past Bardsley, Piquel, and Hanley. Slide job's not going to be good. Oh, the 0-1. Kyle Stoltz gets turned around. No yellow flag. They're going to keep it green here, folks. Kevin Hanley still trying to hold off Joshua Piquel. Not as easy to pass here. These cars are a lot bigger than those 410s, Tony.
Yes, they are. About double the width, double the weight, and half the downforce.
Yeah, so definitely got to work on it. Not as easy to throw those sliders up there as Kevin Hanley's finding out, but he's making it work on the bottom and third. Currently trying to get up in front of Joshua Piquel. Oh, he was not clear. Not clear on your champion, Piquel. That's going to put him on his roof. We're going to see if safety
Piquel did that
trucks get
himself.
out there. We'll see.
Yeah, Piquel did that on his own. There was absolutely no contact.
Yeah, you are correct. He gave him a little bit more room than was possible catching the wall, so I apologize to Stoltz there. That was not on you. I'm sorry, not Stoltz. Whoever, Kevin Hanley.
Yeah, no, that Hanley did nothing wrong, and that was just Piquel, unfortunately, stepping on his own junk, which was a rarity that we've seen this season.
SDK replay file there.
So again, caution laps do not count. We are going to restart at the halfway mark. Jeff Sharp, Zach Beardsley, Kevin Hanley, Josh Piquel, your current top 4. Darren Detweiler, Scott Runsemaker, Tyson Landis, Craig Laudermilk, and Chris Roberts round out your cars still running. Again, folks, this is just the heat race. We will go directly into the A feature. So everybody qualifies with a short field like this. Very uncharacteristic of these guys with this car. As they start to double them up, lights go out on the Chevy Silverado face truck. And pretty much the same way they started it. Hanley and Detweiler both up 1 spot. Tyson Landis up 5. Good grief.
Yeah, Tyson Landis having a really good showing so far, getting past all the issues. As it is on Jeff Sharp, it's his choice when to go. He's going to hit it. There we go. Get on the binders there as Zachary Bardsley and Kevin Hanley now side by side for second. Darren Detweiler making a huge run up top, getting by Hanley for the most part. We'll see if he can finish out that pass. Not so fast. Huge amount of grip still left on the top of 1 and 2.
Huge amount of grip left on the top of 3 and 4 as well, as Detweiler driving pissed off after not having the 410 race go the way he needed it to. Don't look now, but Tyson Landis looking to make it 3 wide as they do go 3 wide going into 3. And battle for the lead, Sharp and Bardsley banging fenders coming off of 4. Little nerf bar contact there at the front of this thing. Sharp finally gets it sorted out. Bardsley's going to fall back into the clutches of Detweiler as Detweiler has Landis all over his back bumper as we are 3 to go. Sharp continues to show the way. Beardsley, Detweiler, Landis, your top 4. Popsicle 6 in the air. 2 laps to go. 1 mile to get it done. Sharp's just got to hang on as Landis continues to look to the inside of Detweiler. Here comes Hanley to the inside of both of them. Does not have the momentum to make the slide job happen. White flag in the air. One more lap to go as Sharp continues to show the way. Bardsley, Detweiler, Landis, and Hanley, though, still continue to throw just right crosses at each other. Coming off of turn number 4, give the heat race to Jeff Sharp. Zach Bearsley, Darren Detweiler, Tyson Landis, Kevin Hanley, Chris Roberts, Scott Fenstermaker, Kyle Stolt, and Craig Laudermilk rounding out your field.
We're going to try and see what we can do here to get SDK working as it should. Give us 1 second. We'll go ahead and go to an ad break. Show you guys one more time that Red Cat Kaiju. Let it rip up the track.
And we are back with the warm-up session for the DOB Big Block Modifieds. Just getting a final feel for the track. And James, the one thing I'm noticing, unlike with the 410 sprints, the cushion's not being pushed up as high yet.
You know, not as many vehicles out on the track. Again, and then these cars are not going to throw up as much dirt up in that cushion as well. Smaller tire, you know, smaller.
Oh, no, trust me, they're going to throw.
They will throw. I didn't say they wouldn't, but they're not as much as those 410s are. A lot more RPMs on those, but they do share the lack of a transmission. So once you're going,
no, these have a 2-speed Burt box in them.
I got to be wrong 2 or 3 times before I'm right, but we are going to get started here very shortly with your official. We got a 40-lap official for you guys. Go ahead and get the grid up for you. It's going to be Jeff Sharp, Zach Bardsley, Darren Detweiler, Tyson Landis, top 4. Row 6 going to be Kevin Hanley, Chris Roberts. Or row 3, I'm sorry. Row 4 is going to be Scott Fenstermaker, Kyle Stoltz, and rounding out the field is Craig Laudermilch and Joshua Pickell.
Absolutely. Piquel's going to want to make up for what happened in that heat race. One of the rare times we've seen him step on his own junk this season. So,
yeah, definitely. And if you're going to do it, you're going to do it in this race because he's locked it in already. He's just here for fun. Victory lap in the 33. Didn't even really have to show up, but thankfully he did give us a little bit more vehicles here. So that Chevy truck's going to bring us around. I'll let you take it from here, Tony.
Absolutely. As the field starts to roll behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck. Again, folks, you're looking at 2,500-pound tube chassis race cars. Driver sits in line with the motor. There is a 2-speed transmission between the driver's legs. So the 1 speed to get them rolling, then they put it into R for race. As they do also have reverse in them. But shares a lot of geometry with a 410 sprint car as far as chassis dynamics. But, you hang that modified body on there, and these things really come to life. As the lights go out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, ladies and gentlemen, you wanted the best, you've got the best. The ground-pounding, earth-shaking beasts of the Northeast, the DOB Big Block Modifieds. As they work their way down the back straightaway, Jeff Sharp, your heat race winner, is going to have the button. The only thing that's left to do is you're going to wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness one final time this season. Coming out of turn number 4, race fans, it's showtime!
That it is. Jeff Sharp off to a huge beginning here for the race. Chris Roberts not too far behind him, up 4 positions already. Zachary Bardsley, Darren Detweiler. Huge battle behind him, 3 wide between Stoltz, Detweiler, and Hanley. As Bardsley gets in the wall. Bardsley going up and over. That is definitely going to bring out... Oh, it may not bring out a caution. We're still green here, but that car is beyond repair. But he's going to get towed there. Jeff Sharp, Kevin Hanley, Darren Detweiler coming out on top there. Stoltz not too far behind. Stoltz, in fact, trying to rip that bottom line after his incident in the heat race. He's going to do so very well, as it looks like that high line is developing. That cushion is there, but you don't want to get stuck too high. We just saw Craig Laudermilch get stuck up there in the loose.
Absolutely. You got the teammates running stem to stern. That's Detweiler and Pickell as they both work their way around Kyle Stoltz in the 01. Detweiler jumps the cushion in 3 and 4. It's going to be 3 wide down the front chute. Detweiler, though, is going to be able to keep his foot in it as it looked like Pickell backed out of it, not liking what he was seeing. Because, James, we've talked about this time and time again, the worst thing you can hear your spotter say is 3 wide, you're the meat. And Josh Pickell was the meat in that sandwich.
Definitely Chris Roberts here, though. He is in third, battling with Kevin Hanley behind our leader. As Chris, the owner of the Dirty Old Bastards League, has facilitated all of this racing for you guys. So give him a shout out in the chat if you're watching live or not. You can give your other drivers a shout out. We like to keep an eye on those guys and get a little bit of extra screen time when we can, as he is absolutely trading shots with Kevin Hanley there on the bottom, and I'm surprised he's able to keep it up down there.
Yeah, Hanley's found something on that low lane as Roberts runs about a car width off the cushion right there, able to keep the momentum up as Hanley still right with him in lockstep, and they're both reeling in sharp as hard as they're battling.
Yeah, which is another amazing thing that we're seeing here that only the big blocks can deliver. It's hard for Sharp to get out and away here as these guys behind him are just throwing it in there. There goes Hanley getting in there as we see fifth, Fenstermeyer and Stoltz. Stoltz not wanting to get too far away from his points counterpart, Darren Detweiler, for fifth. It's going to take a miracle, but 5 points separate these two, so the heat is on for Darren Detweiler.
Absolutely. He wants to make up for what happened in the 410 sprint race earlier tonight. But right now, that battle is hot and heavy for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Detweiler, Pickell, Fenstermaker, and Stoltz all just trading blows with each other. As the teammates running side by side, that's Pickell in the yellow car, Detweiler in the black and white, as Piquel was 3 wide for a second there as Stoltz working the inside of Fenstermaker going to throw the slide job. We got a battle for the lead heating up too between Sharp and Hanley.
Yeah, once Hanley took care of Chris Roberts, he set his eyes on Jeff Sharp, gonna rip that bottom line. He was making up spots there in the battle. So the bottom line working for him, as we see. He's still gonna make it as Sharp is gonna beat him to the line, but you gotta think, how long can he hold off the hard charging number 10 of Kevin Hanley? That 110 car is trying to get to the back, but unable to do so, as Kyle Stoltz having a problem trying to find something on the bottom. So it's not working for everybody. What works for Hanley's not translating there in the back.
Well, the thing is, and the one thing you need to keep in mind is Hanley is one of the members of the Black Bumper Brigade. He has held a pro license on the dirt side. Running the low line again. Sharp, though, able to use the cushion to carry the momentum. Is Hanley going to throw the slide job through 1 and 2? Sharp going to cross him over on the exit at 2 and get the lead right back. And now Sharp gets to go to the low line. Hanley on the high side. And Sharp going to renew his favorite line up there just off the cushion, and Hanley following now as here comes Piquel to the outside of Roberts for third.
Battles all the way across. Piquel getting a little bit into the wall there, but Darren Detweiler and Scott Fenstermaker, in addition to Kyle Stoltz, these guys have been 3 wide, 2 wide, back to 3 wide all race long with 18 laps to go. 28 left in the race. I'm sorry, 38, folks. We're going to lap 50 here for the feature in the big blocks as Jeff Sharp still working side by side. Guys, I don't have enough cameramen to cover all these races.
TV3.
Well, yeah.
Sharp and Hanley, though, just continuing to throw haymakers at each other as Hanley looks like he's backing it off a little bit to try to regroup and think what he's got to do to get by Sharp cleanly, because that's the one thing Hanley wants to do is if he's going to beat you, he wants to beat you clean. As Roberts and Piquel pick up their battle again. Piquel with a nose inside of Roberts is both just off that cushion for third and fourth. Piquel, though, going higher and higher, gives the chrome horn to Roberts coming through 1 and 2.
He's going to back it up, but now Sharp going to the bottom. He's got a ton of time here to do this, just testing out that slide job. Not going to clear. Oh, if he would have put it up there, he might have had a chance, but that wouldn't have been sportsmanlike. But we see
clear there.
Yeah, but the crossover is full in effect. That's what I love about Charlotte. These two turns so different. If you put the slider in one, you're going to be slower the next time around on the crossover, as we now see Sharp trying to get back into his pole position.
Piquel using the cushion to his advantage, coming off a 2, gets the run on Chris Roberts to wrestle third place away from him. Hanley, though, 2 car lengths to the good over Kevin Sharp right now, as Hanley finally able to get up on the cushion where he's wanted to run and starting to stretch his legs now over Jeff Sharp, who won the heat race.
Definitely. You got to think with all that slick you see coming off of turns 2 and turns 4, that bottom lane's not going to work as well as it did for Hanley as it is going right now for Sharp. Not going to get the drive off, and of course with that cushion popping up as well, that high line's going to have a huge advantage we're going to see throughout the field, as these guys have decided their fates for the most part. But Kyle Stoltz, Darren Detweiler, and Fenstermaker not happy with their positions, trading throughout the whole race back here, folks.
Absolutely, and it's still not over yet, as we are 25, now 24 to go.
Even back there for 8th, they're not happy.
Keepers.
Everybody racing back there. Nobody giving an inch. Look at Darren Detweiler ripping the top line.
And the thing is, you see this action week in and week out with these guys in both the 410 sprints and the big block modified. So, I mean, this is one of my favorite series to call that we have had here on the channel. As, you know, and James, I really hope that they do decide to renew with us for next season.
Definitely. I know for a fact the big blocks are going to go away due to car count, but man, I bet the if they do bring out the small blocks, the
358.
The 358s, I'm sure that is some very similar racing as they are. And everybody's kind of settling out. Charlotte's doing what it does. forming that high line, that dominant cushion. We're going to see this race kind of cool off a little bit, but folks, don't look away because there's still everybody battling here as the drivers are going to adjust to that high line opening up.
Absolutely. Only one retirement to speak of, and that is going to be the 11 of Zach Barrettsley, who did have problems early in the running. He has already put it on the hauler. So that leaves us with 9 cars still running, and running hard they are. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, Jeff Sharp and Joshua
Second.
Bickel battling for second here. Joshua not giving it up. Jeff Sharp has been having to defend ever since Hanley caught him. Bickel, our champion, he's going to be showing Jeff how to race this track. Was the crossover not effective there? He'll be going a little bit farther along to decide this one, but Sharp trying to hold that low bottom line. You can see all that discoloration in the middle there. That's where it's slicked off. That's rubber, folks. That's rubber that's been put down these tires, and not the good kind of rubber. That's going to make it super slick, hard to get a drive off. As see Bickel working that top line absolutely in the easy way. Jeff trying to do it the hard way there at the bottom.
You know, that's one of the things you mentioned, the track rubbering in. I really hope iRacing is going to start to work on bringing that aspect to the dirt side of things. Because once the track slicks off, if you're still running in that slick stuff will start to take on rubber and it'll turn almost asphalt-like.
Yeah, and they do a pretty good job of it right now. You can, once it gets real bad, of course, with a 10-car count, 37 laps, they're not going to be...
Right.
But you can kind of see the shiny there coming down. That's what we're talking about. That's not moisture, folks. To the untrained eye, that looks like moisture, but it ain't.
No, that's slick. But when a track starts to rubber in, the bite level increases exponentially, and it's like running one of these cars at, say, Dover or Bristol at that point, where you've got tons of grip. The car doesn't want to slide. If you're set up for a loose track and it rubbers in, you're going to have a bad night because that car is not going to want to turn in the way you want it to.
Yeah, definitely. We're looking at Kyle Stoltz, Chris Roberts, Darren Detweiler, and Tyson Landis now trying to get his hat in the ring. Darren not having the race he wanted as that battle has played its part, and he is now at the back behind Chris Roberts and Kyle Stoltz. Chris, another one who was up to second at some point, or at one point, now sitting back to sixth. Kyle Stoltz trying to make a run in front of him as I'll put the 8 points back up for you guys to determine what's going on. Of course, we got Joshua Bickel, our leader in the points, now currently sitting second, up 8 positions there. Started ninth, folks. Chris Roberts is securely in second place in points, now in sixth in the race. Zachary Bardsley has put it on the hauler. Man, that's good for Kyle Stoltz. Kyle needs 5 positions to catch Zach in the points, and right now he's right there. So barring the drops and all that, that is going to come into play. But Kyle trying to get everything he can. Of course, then Scott Fenstermaker going to be able to catch Darren Detweiler. He needs a lot of points to get there. I don't think he's going to have it, barring drops and whatnot. But
Right.
definitely an opportunity. But Chris Roberts falling back to the 3 of Darren Detweiler. The 3 double D. Unable to hold that position down, but he gets the crossover. Love to see it.
The 31 of Landis right there with him, as Landis trying to make some headway as well. But your biggest mover right now is the 33 of Bickel. Did not have the heat race he was hoping for. But check out that lead from Hanley. Almost 3 seconds to the good. 2.8, 2.9 now.
Definitely. And when we talk about, we talked about it with the 410s, Charlotte is not a symmetrical track. Turns 1 and 2 are vastly different from 3 and 4. So if you're trying to make passes, you want to get real low in 3 and 4 and kind of ride high 1 and 2. If you're the leader and you got a 2-second gap, you can run whatever you want. You can try and find some grip somewhere. You can then go back up top and get your momentum back, as we're seeing Chris Roberts finding that out as he's pushed to the bottom by Darren Detweiler. Tries, there's nothing there. He's in that slick. Now, that's going to give Tyson Landis the advantage as he throws it up in front of Darren Detweiler and gets a little bump draft there.
Landis looks like he's trying to get a twofer as he's battling now with Chris Roberts. Detweiler battles back, though, fires the shot as no quarter asked for, no quarter given for the battle for 6 between these three guys.
Definitely.
Detweiler into the wall.
Ooh, Chris Roberts flies up there as well, getting a little bit too sideways. That's going to give him the opportunity to throw the slider up there. Now he can run that top like he wants to.
That bump going into 3 is getting more pronounced where the crossover is to let the cars onto the track. And,
the feature is over. The race is over. Kevin Hanley has won the race just in front of our eyes.
Already?
Joshua Piquel in second. Jeff Sharp finishing third. Scott Finstermeyer, Kyle Stoltz. Ladies and gentlemen, Darren Detweiler got Chris Roberts for the win. I want to see that checkered flag back there because Darren wasn't in front.
It was close. Yeah, no. Detweiler got him.
Got him on a crossover. Oh, there it was. So that was Detweiler, Roberts, Tyson Landis finishing 8th. Chris Laudermilch and Zachary Bardsley finishing that.
Absolutely. And we're going to reach out now to the man of the hour, the winner of the season finale for the Big Block Modifieds. Kevin Hanley, you can't be too disappointed in the season you've had, sir.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. That one felt good. The car was fast all night, and it was just a lot of fun. Having a fast car.
Absolutely, but talk us through. I mean, you were battling with Sharp for quite a while, and you were trading sliders with him for the first almost half of the race.
Yeah, he was pretty fast, and he was running the fast groove, so like I could catch up to him. I could kind of get a little bit of a run on him, but anytime I tried to go low or slide him or anything, I'd lose so much momentum. He'd get me right back. So that was a real tough battle, real tough to make that pass. But once I was kind of able to get the line I wanted, the car just did the rest.
Absolutely, but Kevin, talk us through the differences, because I was trying to explain it up here in the booth, but the differences that you need, the different skill sets you need between the 410 wing sprints and the big block modifieds. What to a layman, what's the difference between the two?
The modifieds, after running the 410 race earlier, the modifieds feel real slow, and you just gotta, it's a lot of throttle control. You're not fully on the throttle all the time. You're letting off early, kind of waiting for the car to set just right to get back on it and easing onto the throttle, where the 410s, you're just on it, full throttle the entire time until late in the feature. That's just a whole nother animal with those.
Absolutely, Kevin. But you brought home the victory here tonight with the big blocks. Who do you need to thank?
I just want to thank Chris and everyone at DOB for putting on the series. It's always a lot of fun coming out and racing with them. Real professional. Yourself for putting on the broadcast, and I'm sure there's some sponsors for the league too that you could help me shout out as well.
James?
But yeah, whoever sponsors the league to put it on, it's very appreciated.
All right, Kevin, again, congratulations on closing out the season with a victory here at Charlotte. Looking forward to seeing what you can do in the future.
Yeah, thank you.
So that was our race winner.
And Tony, just to shout out there who brought us this broadcast for you guys. That's George Streaker Jr. and Harless Streaker, the Streaker brothers from West Friendship, Streaking Racing, Streaker Race Engines, Suneast Solar, Clearview Farm, Car, AAB, Dream. All those guys appreciate them.
Absolutely. And James, I believe you have our champion incarnate with you now.
I do. Champion Joshua Piquel, how does that sound?
Hey, it sounds pretty sweet. It's got a little ring to it.
It does, especially given the race you had at the 410s. How's it feel to come out here in your final race and, hey, I'll say it, put on a better show than Brandon Eiler did in his championship victory lap?
Yeah, it looked like in the 410s he had a little rough go at it, but yeah, these cars you can get away with a little bit more. You hit the wall, it doesn't necessarily send you flying. It'll almost stop you abruptly, but yeah, it was a fun race. Yeah, I just wish there was a few more cars, man.
Yeah, definitely. But I know you were able to come out here in a 33 and put on an amazing show. I mean, for 10 cars, we almost missed the end of the race because of how exciting the race was. Tell us about coming up 8 positions, working through 8 of these big block, big butt modifieds to get that second place finish.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't easy, man. I think in qualifying, everyone was within at least a tenth. I mean, so the field was pretty close tonight. But yeah, it was fun. I kind of got hung behind a couple drivers, but yeah, it was fun. I mean, I told Chris before, I wanted to start in the back and just kind of toy around. Since he said I already had the championship in the bag, so yeah, I just wanted to race around. I wasn't really pressing too hard for the win tonight, but yeah, all in all, it was definitely fun trying to come up through all those guys.
Definitely. And speaking of which, tell us about who you got on that butt snorkeler 33P.
Yeah, Detweiler Designs. He does the wrap on the car, all of my cars. Design metal art. They do some embroidering on glass and pretty much anything you want embroidered. Methanol Mafia, which is another streaming thing that Darren runs. And I believe that might be it.
Definitely. Well, again, man, congratulations on being the final champion. You got yourself in the record books at Dirty Bastards Racing. So, man, again, congratulations on the win, and hopefully we'll talk to you next season in the 410s a bunch as well.
Yeah, that's bittersweet news, man. I really like these cars, and it seems like everyone likes watching them. They put on a great show. It's just car numbers aren't there, That's the bad thing about it.
Definitely.
I think
sir.
part of
Well,
it might have to do with the late start.
possibly.
Yeah, that could play a factor. I guess on the West Coast it might be a little better for you, but yeah.
Well, again, Josh, congratulations, and go celebrate with that Methanol Mafia.
Yeah, thanks guys. I heard you guys giving the Streaker Brothers a shout out. I gotta thank them for sponsoring the broadcast, so that way everyone gets something to watch.
I think next we're gonna pull up Chris Roberts. Chris, I hope you
nope.
weren't.
Hold on.
I hope you
You're
weren't in the middle of a
jumping-
conversation, Chris.
You're jumping the gun there because we still have
Yeah,
to talk to Jeff Sharp.
Still got Jeff down there.
Oh, that's right. All right, we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you in a
So
bit, Chris.
let's, Chris, just hang tight for us for a quick second,
10-4.
because we are going to bring in the guy that dominated the heat race and the early going of the A feature, coming home with a podium finish, a hard-fought podium, I might add. Jeff Sharp, you can't be too disappointed in how your night turned out.
No, that was a great way to end the season. Thanks to Chris for putting this on.
Absolutely, but Jeff, you were one of the cars to beat early on, but as the cushion seemed to move higher and higher, was it something you weren't prepared for, or just weren't comfortable running that high?
I'm not real comfortable up right on the wall, and then Josh and Kevin, they were just faster than me. I had something going on the bottom towards the end though, so where I was catching Joshua a little bit.
Well, Jeff, you definitely put on a hell of a show tonight. You should be real proud of the entire 28 team for what they were able to help you with tonight. Who do you need to thank before we let you go celebrate?
Oh, thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Appreciate it.
Well, that's what we're here for. But Jeff, best of luck to you. Continuing with the DOB guys next season in the 410 sprints. Looking forward to seeing what you can do there.
Thank you.
So that was our podium. And joining us now is the chief cook and bottle washer of the DOB Dirt Series. Of course, we are talking about the driver of the number 93, Mr. Chris Roberts. And Chris, coming home in second in points, can't be too disappointed in your personal finishing order on the season. But all things considered, you guys put on a hell of a show this season all across the board.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. You know, them first like 3 weeks were a little trying and sloppy, and we made some changes and cleaned house some, and the atmosphere changed. The racing got better, tighter. You know, a lot of close side by side, and it's been a fun season from there on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you mentioned cleaning house. Now, we haven't. Are you willing to confirm that the big blocks are not coming back next season?
Yes, I told the guys there before we went green that this was unfortunately the last big block race. We've enjoyed them over the past two seasons. They've been a lot of fun to drive and learn and figure out where your nose is, which if you ask Kyle there in the heat race, I still don't quite know where my nose is on this thing. But, you know, they've been fun,
It's up there
but
somewhere.
it's just one of those things. I'm not really sure what happened. We 20, 30 cars to start the season, and if you've been tuning in, the number just died at the midway point of the season and just kept dropping off. So,
Well, if you
unfortunately, it is.
to watch this championship, you were right in the middle of it with Detweiler and Landis to the bitter end. So definitely some good racing, and from a good league, man. I want to tell you guys that Dirty Old Bastards has been a fantastic league to cover. I just want to give you the opportunity to shout out everything that you guys do, even the stuff we don't cover here at ESPN. That opportunity to tell you what y'all are about and where people can find you.
Yeah, thank you. You know, it's been fun, a nice little partnership. We were running an Ironman series on Wednesdays, and I was, depending on the car count last night, I was going to change some things up and try and keep it going. But just like the big blocks, the car count kind of disappeared. So as of right now, Wednesdays are open. We're not running anything. Gonna enjoy the night off. We're kind of going back to our roots on Tuesdays. We got the double 360 shows. And we're going to pick back up weekly racing end of January, beginning of February, not quite sure where. But Tuesdays, double 360s. We did get a sponsorship. I'll announce those sponsors over the next few weeks, but we will be broadcasted. Got our good buddy KR back up in the booth with turn 3. So he'll be on the call for Tuesdays. Thursdays, we're going back to what we used to always do before our big restructure back about 2 years ago, going double 410s. I will talk to some people and stay in contact with you, James. Maybe we can strike a deal to keep Thursday nights with you guys and have double 410 shows on there. But that's
That
the
sounds
plan
like
for
fun.
Yeah, that's the plan for now. You know,
Now, when you say double 410s, you mean the wing sprint cars and the non-wings?
no, double winged 410.
Oh,
races.
okay.
It's still fun though, because if you watch that Charlotte race there from earlier today, from 5th to 10th, we were in a freaking dogfight that entire race. So
Oh yeah.
it was a lot of fun. That's how we started out when we originally started the league. We ran double 360s, double 410s. You know, people loved it because I mean, you screw up the first race, you turn right around, you got a second race there to try and make up for it and do it again. So going back to our roots, and hopefully we'll have some steady car counts and keep having fun.
Sounds like a game plan. But Chris, we're going to give you the floor right now. Who do you need to thank for this season?
I just got to thank, I'll start off with the admin guys that I got with me, Tyson, Tyler, J-Lo, Brad, Aaron. Them guys have been kind of inactive here lately, got busy life schedules. Just thanks for their help. I bounce out ideas off of them. Some of them might be freaking great. Most of them are freaking garbage. My mind's always turning, and I don't ask much of them. But when I do, they'll step up and help me out when I need to. I wasn't sure if I was going to make the first race, so I had Tyson and actually had Darren all ready, set up to go if I wasn't here for the first one. Thank everybody who continually shows up and runs with us. Come end of March will be 5 years of doing this.
Wow.
Yeah, that's we started. I think our first. I'd have to look at Dan at the Sim Racer Hub there, or even go back and look at the 410 League here. Past races, I think our first race was like March 29th or something like that. It was like the day of or day after Dirt come out, one of the two.
May 2nd, 2017.
Okay, so I got races that I don't have on the Sim Racer Hub then,
Right.
because I didn't know Dan Lisa existed at the time at the start there. I don't think, but so yeah, coming up on 5 years. I might not gonna do no big shindig for it, I don't think, but might try and get with maybe Tim from Tim Sims there, get some prize packs maybe for that week and have like a 50th anniversary week. But yeah, 5 years of doing it. Seen a lot of guys come and go. Seen a lot of guys come in and struggle, stick with it and go. A lot of guys have ran through the league and gone and were off and won pro races. So that's pretty cool that we've helped out with that early on. But also still got guys that been around from day one too. So that's pretty great. Got a great core group of guys that show up every week that you can trust to race side by side, wheel to wheel. I mean, just inches apart. And hopefully the wonderful internet doesn't net code you. But a lot of fun. Thanks to the people that tune in. You guys for doing the broadcasting. Like I said last time I was in the booth. James, thank you. When you guys bought out ESPN there, you didn't have to keep going with us, but you did. So appreciate it. The Streaker Brothers for making this season possible. Got sponsors in the past: Wicked Cushion Esports, Wicked Energy Gum. Matt there. Thanks to everybody who's ever helped us, and hopefully we'll keep doing this for years to come.
Definitely. Well, Chris, again, man, it's been a blast calling these races with Tony, and hopefully the best to y'all moving forward. And I'll definitely be hitting you up in the off season, giving you the old pitch, sir. But again, thanks for having us and putting on a great show for us in the finale of the big blocks.
Hey, you're welcome. And thank you. That's I know I don't go back and watch as often as I'd like to, but I know people do that race in the races, or even the fans that watch it live. We try to put on the best show we can every week, and some nights it's you'll have your bad night, but most of the time it's some pretty good, tight, close racing.
Yeah, tonight you were right in the middle of that angry hornet's nest all night long, but you guys put on some great action, and I'm glad that I was able to call most of the season for you guys this year.
Yeah, that the big block race, yeah, there was 10 of us, but I think
you guys still put on a hell of a show.
Still had good racing. There was always a battle going on somewhere.
James and I actually missed the checkered flag because we were watching your guys battle back there for 6.
Yeah, we were having some fun there. We were reliving the linear race from earlier in the season, just throwing haymakers at each other. But that was fun. That 410 race, that track opened up and was multi-lane, and we had cars everywhere. I think at one point we were like 4 wide. So it was a good time tonight.
Definitely. Well, Chris, we'll let you get out of here, brother, and get back with the off season and celebrate with the people.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, Tony, I think that's going to do it for us. I pretty much covered everything with Chris and already went through our standings. We'll put them up one last time. For the race results, we're not going to have those standings, but again, you can catch them. Just search Dan Lisa, search for the Dirty Old Bastards League, and that will give you all the information you need if you are interested. So if you want to send it away, Tony, I think we can put a bow on this thing and have a Merry Christmas coming forward and Happy Holidays.
Absolutely, folks. For those of you who celebrated it, and since it's already passed, happy belated Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, joyous Yuletide, happy Kwanzaa, whatever other celebrations there are this year. I do apologize that I'm not as versed as some other people might be on the rest of them, but definitely a happy holiday season and a safe holiday season while we are going to take a little bit of a hiatus over the holidays. Everybody's going to regroup, spend some time with family, and kind of recharge the batteries to get 2022 kicked off the right way after the first of the year. Thank you so much for joining us for the DOB Dirt Night on Thursday nights. We hope to have you back in late January, early February, like Chris had mentioned earlier. But that is going to do it for us this season. For Mr. James Riles, for Mr. Chris Roberts, this is Tony Trapasso reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you walk down the road of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.